Hi, my name is Christina Harris, and I am the youth director at Northwest United Methodist Church, and I'm answering some questions today for Robin Gowder for her English project. The first question that she asked me was to state what religion I am and believe and tell why I chose it. So I am a Christian. I claim to be Methodist, if that means anything as well. And I chose to be a Christian because for me personally, nothing else really made sense. And when I focus my life on God, everything else kind of just falls into place, and life just seems right. And I've been a Christian my whole life, but every day I make the decision to continue to follow Christ. And the second question she asked was, where does faith rank in my priorities? And this is a great question because I try to make it the first thing, number one, all the time, but that's super, super hard. I hope that my faith is my number one priority, and I try to make it my number one priority, but sometimes life gets in the way, and I'm human, so I'm going to screw up, and I do that a lot. So like I said, I try to make it my first priority, and sometimes I fall, and sometimes that's not always the case. The next question she had was, why is your faith important to you? So why is my faith important to me? And these last two questions I had a super hard time with, only because I feel like I could talk forever. But my faith is important to me because I guess I don't really know how to live life without it. And I understand that God made a huge sacrifice by giving his son's life for me. And I love the relationship that I have with God. God's there for me when nobody else is. There's been a lot of times in life where I try really hard to use people to fill what God does for me. I'll look to friends, I'll look to family, I'll look to people who I need I need them to be there for me, and they're not. And, we're humans, we fail each other, it's what we do, but God never fails. And so that's something, God's strength and support has always been my rock. So that's part of the reason why my faith is very important. The other part is actually because I have a huge passion for social justice, and Jesus was a strong fighter for social justice issues. He fought really hard for the widowed, for the poor, for the sick. He upset a lot of people because of how much he wanted to show God's love to all people. So I really like to use Jesus as kind of a model for a way to live my own life, especially when it comes to social justice things and serving the broken and serving the hurt. So I guess I would say it's really important to me because of the relationship I have with God, as well as this whole social service piece as well. And the last question is, how would not having faith change my life? And is that what stops me from changing? And this question I stared at for a while. Like I said, it was a tough one to answer. I'm glad it was asked because it's getting me thinking. But I guess I can say that I've tried living my life without my faith. I've made the decision plenty of times to walk away, to not make it a priority. And when that happens, life is a disaster. It's a complete mess. I fight with my friends. My parents get on my nerves. I can't focus on school. I can't focus on work. When I'm not living my life for God, everything else just kind of crumbles. And I'd have different morals. I'd have different values without my faith. I would live a completely different lifestyle. I'd focus a lot more on myself. But the biggest difference about where I am now versus where I would be without my faith is that without my faith, I would be lacking the relationship I have with God, and that's essential to who I am. If I didn't have the guidance and support of God, like I was saying earlier, I really can't even imagine where I would be today. And with this question, as I was thinking, I honestly don't even want to picture my life changing anyway. I don't want to picture my life without God. I have no desire to party more. I have no desire to sleep with random guys. I don't want to think about my life without God. I don't want to gossip about my friends behind their backs. All of that junk really that kind of just comes along in life without God. I don't even want that because it leaves me feeling very empty. And my faith is really what leaves me feeling full at the end of the day. And it's true that not having my faith would change everything. But I don't want that change at all. Thank you.